Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
I'm doing good. We really just wanted to show you guys who Miguel was. He does so much for our team here at Living Local Carolina, and I want you guys to be able to get to know him as well. So, Miguel, why don't you tell me a little bit about your background and how you got to be here at Living Local Carolina?
My background started. I graduated from the Art Institute of Charleston, got a film degree in 2014, and then I started at News 2 as a senior video editor, and that's where we worked together in Charleston. I've been there for a few years, and then Nexstar created the Living Local show, and I wanted to do LLC. And then a position happened to open up back in 2022 here in Myrtle Beach, and I applied here. And Lord and behold, here you are in Myrtle Beach from Charleston.
Who would have thought?
Exactly.
Well, tell me, what is it about the job that you enjoy most?
The most I enjoy about this job is the creativity, because with news, there's no creativity. There's straight, hard edits or quick shoots.
You're trying to get things out as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, and it's a lot. LLC is a lot more funner. And the happy news versus the sad news that everybody pretty much hates.
True.
Yeah.
For those who maybe don't know, why don't you talk a little bit about your job and what it entails on a daily basis?
So my job entails, as obviously I'm behind the scenes setting up the camera, making sure that everything is lit properly, making sure that the guests and even Katie is mic'd properly, checking the levels of the audio, bringing the footage back to the station, ingesting everything for Katie to also edit, and also for myself, depending on the projects. We divide the projects up together.
We're a two-man band.
Yes. And I actually edit the shows, put the shows together. I kind of give her a little more editing because she loves to edit.
I do.
And I love to edit too, but it's definitely great.
And you also have been doing a little bit more of the producing aspect of this job. You actually look for segments, you're going out in the community, you're making the calls and finding people to come on the show. So what has that been like, kind of expanding your role over the last year?
Expanding my role has been, great. I actually enjoyed calling folks and saying, hey, would you like to do LLC, being a nonprofit? And a lot of people either get nervous or they're super excited, and it's great to give a lot of folks that type of exposure.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You've been able to see quite a bit over the last year. Lots of different segments, lots of different businesses. You've gotten to meet a ton of people. Is there anything that stood out to you?
One of the fun things was the Low Country Flying Club. I never thought I was really that much afraid of heights until we hopped into the small plane. I hopped into the small plane and getting shots of us flying around the Myrtle Beach area. But it was different, very different from being in a very large commercial plane versus to a private. Our plane was behind another plane and feeling that jet engine just causing the plane to jump, and I'm freaking out. Even though you can't see it on camera, I'm behind the scenes freaking out with the camera, and I can't look down.
You're keeping it steady though.
Keeping it steady.
The best you can.
The best I can until the shaking of the plane stopped, and I was like, I can actually film now.
Yeah, I will not be going in the air anytime soon. I'm glad that Miguel was able to do that, but I'm gonna have to hard pass on that. You also got to meet Mr. Thomas, the stick man. We got to do a segment with him. He was absolutely wonderful. And it's being able to highlight people like that I think really, really make this job so special.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Ubisoft. All right, even though spring is just around the corner, it's not too late to kickstart your New Year's resolutions or get them back on track. As Jessica Curtis reports, there may be more benefits to adding dancing to your workout routine than you might think.
Whether it's a workout routine you do alone or in a group setting, maintaining that New Year's resolution momentum can be challenging. According to a Forbes survey of 1,000 U.S. adults, 48% of people said improving their fitness was a top resolution for them. However, only 22% of people typically maintain that resolution for just over 3 months. While dancing has often been incorporated into fitness routines, researchers have found there's a variety of benefits to letting your inner dancer free and have some fun.
Almost 80% of people say they enjoy dance-based exercise, which can motivate people to maintain their workouts. Research shows that dancing is not only good for our bodies, but it's also good for our minds and moods too, possibly delaying cognitive decline.
If you decide to start incorporating dance into your workout routine, lifestyle expert Kia Malone suggests Ubisoft's Just Dance 2024 edition, the #1 music video game platform of all time, as an approachable and enjoyable way for you to dance or work out in a solo or local multiplayer mode, so you can dance by yourself or with friends to some of your favorite songs. You can even track the calories you burn in the game with Workout Model.
Just Dance 2024 features 40 new songs from the latest hits like Flowers by Miley Cyrus, How You Like That by Blackpink, and Titi Me Pregunto by Bad Bunny, to beloved classics including I Wanna Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. A 1-month free trial to Just Dance Plus is included with every copy of Just Dance 2024, which gives users access to hundreds of songs, including all-time favorite legacy tracks from previous Just Dance games.
To learn more, you can visit justdancegame.com.
This story is sponsored by Ubisoft. Well, today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, ice cream, and I'm joined by Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine today.
All right, you guys are Island Treats here on Polly's Island. Tell me about what you guys offer here.
38 different flavors of ice cream, milkshakes, sundaes, hot dogs,
A little bit of everything.
pizza, everything.
Love
Yeah.
that. And you guys are a mom and pop shop. You've been here for 7 years, a staple here in the community. What's it like being able to see the smiling faces come through every season and off season as well?
Off season because we're open all year long, same hours, everything. So people don't think people come in for ice cream during January and February, but they do because we have a lot of snowbirds that come down. So, but yeah, it's fantastic to see everybody come in. The kids got the play deck out here to play on and everything, and it just keeps them entertained. And ice cream's a favorite for everybody.
Indeed it is. I was going to say, this is such a pretty location. You guys are right on this little, is it a pond?
It's a little pond,
Little
yes.
pond right here. And kids are able, or adults, are able to feed the ducks and geese.
Ducks, geese, koi fish,
Ooh.
turtles. We got a little bit of everything in the pond.
What is y'all's goal with this business?
Serve God. You come in and people write their Bible verses and everything. When we moved here, we prayed, we did a fast to come here to have Him show us what we're supposed to do. We praise Him for everything that we have.
7 years later, it's definitely worked out well, huh?
It's a blessing.
So one thing you guys do is you want people to be able to enjoy as much as they want to, right?
Correct. When you come in, we have so many flavors that a lot of times it's hard to choose. So we'll let you taste whatever you want. We'll mix and match anything you want into one scoop. If you want 2 flavors, 3 flavors, we could turn that into one scoop for you.
Beautiful. Because sometimes you just can't choose. It's so hard.
No, you want to try everything and eat everything.
All right, perfect. I definitely want to do that right after we're done here. But where can people find you guys? What's your address?
We're located in the Island Shops in Pawleys Island.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Belfour Property Restoration. Well, thanks so much for joining us today again on Living Local Carolina. Today I'm in the studio joined by Wynn. How are you doing, Wynn?
Doing amazing. Why would I choose otherwise?
Oh, I love that, love that. Now, you've got a story to tell, Wynn.
Yes.
You were able to use Belfour Property Restoration to help you out of a pretty precarious situation.
Absolutely. I was outside talking to a neighbor of mine, and when I returned into the house, my son came up to me at the door and he said, "Mom, it's raining in the hallway."
Something you don't want to hear.
You do not want to hear those words. I said, "Raining in the hallway? What do you mean?" Sure enough, I went into our hallway and there was water just coming down through the ceiling of the hallway, into the hall, into the bedroom, into my office. It was not a fun afternoon.
No, not at all. But thankfully you were able to call Belfour Property Restoration.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
love Belfour, but how was that process for you?
It was wonderful. I picked up the phone, gave a call. They came out immediately, checked out what was causing it, and got everything to stop. That was number one priority. And then walked me through what was going to happen next, including having to lift carpets and dry things out, looking at the floor. But peace of mind from moment one. I mean, when they showed up at the door, I was like, okay, they're in charge, they know what they're doing, and I just took a big sigh of relief. It was good.
Yeah. It takes kind of the burden off of you.
Absolutely, because we were in panic.
I can imagine why.
Water tends to run, and so as it hit the floor, I mean, it just was just running, and you could see it beginning to just buckle pieces of the flooring, and I thought, will it ever stop? Because it's going underneath it, but you could tell where it was headed. So it was very frightening for us, but they didn't bat an eye at it.
Of course.
They just knew.
So once they were actually to get the water to stop running, what happened after that? Because you had got to get that dried out as soon as possible.
Yeah. So like I say, on the first day, they brought in the drying equipment and pulled up as much of carpet as was needed to be pulled up. They didn't have to pull it all out. So it was just kind of lifting it, being able to dry underneath it. And then I think within another day, they were there actually taking out the floor. We had some glue down hardwoods. We also had some vinyl plank in there, and they were just in, moving furniture, moving stuff out. They got us really clean so that we could live while we were picking out what we wanted. Hey, take advantage of it. It's an upgrade, So we were able to then visit the showroom and sit down with folks there and talk about what we wanted, what would look good, get it ordered. It came in without a problem, which was amazing. And then they were back on time, scheduled, told us when they'd be there, kept us updated on the ordering and when things would show up. And I think that was the best for us, because just as we would start worrying, what about, have they, is this, then we would get a phone call or an email communication, and we were like, oh, okay, they got it. You know?
Taken care of.
Exactly.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah, yes.
That's awesome. Now, tell me, how do you feel from the day that you had the incident happen, all that rain in your in your home, versus how you feel now?
Oh my gosh, well, we just love them because everything settled right back out. What was moved out of the way was moved right back where it belonged. It was just carefree. And of course, now we love our floors. Oh my gosh, everybody who comes over, I love your floors, where'd you get them done? I said, well, I don't recommend a rainstorm in your house, but I do recommend Belfour.
Love it.
I'll tell you what I thought about. Belfour looks like big business. And in our home, our leak that was big business to us. But we knew our big business was really little business. But you know what? They made us feel like our little business was their most important piece of business. And I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.